Stop for a second and ask yourself, does being a good partner or being a good parent constantly leave you feeling drained, resentful, and like you've lost track of who you are? You might think you're just being selfless, but what if that selfless is secretly draining the life from your relationships? According to the research, chronic self-sacrifice isn't virtue. It's often a sign of low self-control and a fast track to burnout. Today, we're going to do a direct audit. I'm going to walk you through the 3 definitive signs that you've tipped from healthy giving into destructive self-sacrifice, and most importantly, the exact practical fix for each one. This isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's about a strategic shift that makes everything else, paradoxically, easier. And with me for this conversation, I've got Presley Wilson. Presley is one of the clinicians at Modern Intimacy. Presley, thanks for being here.
Of course. So phrases like, it's fine, don't worry about me, I guess I can, if that's what you want, could definitely clue you in that it's not an emphatic yes. You could also probably tell by tone. It may sound more hesitant or heavier, even snarkier maybe. The person may even raise their voice and higher than normal and sound a bit more childlike, and that can sometimes indicate emotional distress. And body language as well, tightening the shoulders, clenching the jaw or pursing the lips, avoiding eye contact, turning away are all common cues. They're not saying what they want to say in that moment.
Right. Those are really good indicators that somebody might be fawning or placating or not really being honest with themselves, and some of their nonverbal communication can kind of give away that disconnect for them.
A one-sentence boundary script could be something like, I care about you and I'm not able to say yes to that right now. This still honors the connection you have while maintaining your self-respect without justification or apology or drama.
I really like that because it starts with something that's relational. It really emphasizes, I care about you, our connection is okay, and at the same time, I can't meet this request that you have. And that does feel like a really caring way to be empathic about the disappointment that someone might be experiencing without needing to kind of belabor it or solve that disappointment for them.
It can be any of those things. I think the moment they remind themselves, I have a choice here, reinstates their power. So resentment loosens because an internal locus of control or agency is restored.
That's really important, right? We give away our power when we self-sacrifice. And this is something that I hear over and over again when I'm working with couples. One partner might say something like, well, my partner made me do this or made me feel this way. And what they're not homing in on is how they made a decision to say yes when they needed to say no or wanted to say no. And now they're sitting with big feelings because all of that resentment, again, is inevitable. So really recognizing choices, agency, and acting on it is a great way to kind of stay accountable for your own decision making, but also to keep resentment at bay.
This can be as simple as you want. It may be spending a few extra moments in bed daydreaming under the covers rather than reaching for your phone or thinking about the outside responsibilities right away, or listening to a song that brings you back to a certain memory, spending a few minutes doing something you remember you used to really love. And the trick here may be just do the thing without thinking it has to turn into a habit or another self-improvement goal. You can think like, this isn't another thing I have to keep up. It's just a quick moment for me, a quick reminder of who I already am. And when self-connection stops feeling like another obligation, it can become restorative again. Another trick could be weaving it into your current habits or routine. So if you have X, Y, Z chore or responsibility to do, jam to some music during it, or listen to a podcast on one of your interests, or an audiobook to help you gain a new skill. And this way you're not having to sacrifice more of your time or further energy, really.
That's such a great way to reclaim some of that agency, some of that power back, right? We all have a bunch of things on our to-do list, things that really do need to get done within a certain time frame. But instead of it feeling like this sort of soul-sucking obligation, turning it into something that can be a conveyor of joy and a conveyor of pleasure for you is a great way to, one, get the thing done with more pleasure, but two, kind of act from a place of resistance almost in the face of something that might feel, like a really daunting obligation and something you don't want to do. Kind of having fun while you do it is a great way to say, I'm going to do it on my terms. Yeah, love that. All right, thanks, Presley. I really appreciate you taking time to talk with me today. And for those of you who want more information, you can check out Presley's blog. It is down in the notes below. And also, if you're someone who's struggling to figure out what your needs actually are in a moment, and you're not really sure if you're saying yes when you mean to say no or no when you mean to say yes, you can download our free 80-plus page ebook, So You Have Needs, and try to get more clarity, and you can find that link below. All right, if this was helpful, click like, subscribe, save, forward it to your partner so you can talk about it together, forward it to a friend. Let this be the start of a conversation on how you and the people around you can really show up more for yourselves and for each other from a place of interdependence and care.